It's okay to not have all the stuff. Hey guys, it's Martin Cliffe here, and welcome to another video. Welcome to June. This is moving month, although as I'm filming this, we're still in March, and I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling with the heat, which is rather horrifying considering it's going to get a lot hotter over the next 3 months before you watch this. But yeah, I was watching something. As you know, I watch a lot of videos about minimalism and something it resonates deeply with me as a concept. And someone made a comment saying that somebody else, one of their big things is giving permission to people to not have all the stuff. And I was thinking, that's very true. I mean, it's very true in life. You know, it's okay not to have all the stuff. It's okay to not have whatever it is. You don't need your 85-inch TV, and you know, the average home has more TVs than people. That's just crazy to me. It's okay to not have a vast vinyl record collection and a record player. It's okay to not have a waffle maker and a sandwich toaster and a health grill and a slow cooker and a quick cooker and an air fryer and all these things. You know, it's okay to not have these things. But then I was thinking, this is particularly true in music. Now, it's okay to not have all the stuff. Now, you've seen many videos on YouTube, I'm sure, talking about how many guitars do you need? And the joke is it's always the number you have plus one. But also it's a case of, how many guitars do you need? Do you need to have a Strat and a Tele and a Les Paul and a 335 and an SG and a Gretsch and you know, an Ibanez and whatever it is? And this goes on and on. And I just want to help you realize that it's okay to not have all the stuff. And I'm speaking as a guy who has all the stuff and is looking to remove some of the stuff. I mean, I don't have all of those guitars just listed, but I certainly have had a vast array of guitars, and not only have they not benefited me in any particular way, in some ways I think they've potentially hindered me. And this is true of stuff in general, not just music stuff, where past the point, having more stuff requires more of your time in terms of maintenance and cleaning and all that. It costs you more in terms of the storage. You know, you need a bigger apartment if you have more stuff, or a bigger house, or a storage locker somewhere else to store your stuff because you have too much stuff. And this is true of so many different things and different aspects in life. It's okay to not have a Fender amp and a Vox amp and a Marshall amp and a Mesa Boogie and whatever else it is. It's okay to not have all these things. I look back at a lot of the old blues guys who were so instrumental in, and not just the blues guys, but some of these people who were so instrumental in the way that music developed, and they didn't have any of this stuff. They had one or two guitars and an amp, maybe a backup amp if they were lucky. If they weren't, they just plug into the PA, if there was even a PA. So it's, you don't need all the stuff, and I would encourage you out there, yes, try stuff, find the stuff that works for you, but then maybe move on some of the stuff that doesn't. If you have to, if you live somewhere where it's difficult to go and try stuff, and obviously in the last year or so it's been incredibly difficult to go and try stuff because we can't go anywhere, then maybe you need to buy stuff. But then if it's not the right stuff for you, sell it on, or donate it, or do something with it, that it might be the right stuff for someone else. Now, I have never owned a Tube Screamer pedal. It's seen as a kind of ubiquitous guitar effect that everyone has a tube screamer. I have never owned a tube screamer. I've got pedals that do similar things, so I don't feel particularly hard done by that. I've never owned one. I'm not going to rush out and buy one, but that's okay. I don't need to own a tube screamer. I don't need all the stuff. And I've fallen into this trap as much as anyone, in fact more than most people, of wanting to own lots and lots of stuff to get lots and lots of variety. So you own 20 overdrive pedals, but you realize you set them all to sound the same, and you only actually use 2 or 3 different tones. You own 20, 30 guitars, but you only really play 3 or 4 of them. It's okay not to own all the stuff. It's okay not to have it. Find what works for you. And I think, when you're faced with a situation like I am at the moment, where I am quite literally having to pack up all the stuff to move, and then I will be unpacking all the stuff, and then probably selling most of the stuff. In some ways I wish someone had told me, and perhaps they did and it didn't resonate, so maybe it needed somebody of my mindset to tell me, or just someone I respected, that it was okay not to own all the stuff. And I think it would have really helped me in my life. Who knows? But just wanted to really emphasize this. If you're struggling with this desire to own all the stuff and you're thinking it will make me better as a musician, it won't. It will make me more creative, it won't, because decision fatigue is stifling to creativity. It will make me get the next gig, the next big thing. Highly unlikely. There may be a certain gig where you need a specific thing. So if you're playing in a country band in Nashville and you're a guitar player, you probably need a Telecaster. If you are playing, if you're wanting to do session bass work in a traditional music city like Nashville, you probably need a Fender bass, whether that's a Jazz or a Precision. So there are certain times when you need specific things, but for the most part, you don't need all the stuff. Just find what connects with you, find what works for you, enjoy it and be creative with it. Because we don't need all the stuff. I don't need all the stuff. You don't need all the stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.